Elle, Demetrius, nice to meet you both. How's it going?
Great.
Hey, brother.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for doing this. And congratulations with Predator Badlands. What an amazing, crazy ride. When your characters first met, I got Shrek and Donkey vibes. One couldn't stop
Yeah, someone
talking.
else said this. I
Yeah.
heard
Oh,
someone
I
else.
thought I was the first. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Oh.
I did hear. I like the reference. I love Shrek.
Isn't it?
I haven't heard that
That was the
reference. Oh,
that was the
that's
first
funny.
thing I noticed right when I was watching the film, and I'm curious if you guys both noticed that same energy when filming, and I guess your thoughts about all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it stood out. I didn't make that connection.
Same.
But
Now that I think about it, though, it
yeah,
matches.
I can see it for sure. I mean, reading the script, that kind of buddy comedy element was like threaded throughout, which kind of blew my mind that could be in the Predator world and kind of was seamlessly threaded in. I think the way that Dan did it, I knew it would be like a challenge to pull it off, but I hopefully I think we did. But yeah, I think the humor is going to be really surprising for people. I know that Chewbacca and C-3PO, like that image of them back to back, is like that was something that inspired Dan for the look of me, a robot, being kind of worn as a backpack on the Predator. That was something as well. But yeah, I like your reference. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna
He's
be
the
thinking
straight
of
man,
Donkey.
you know. Paper Moon was like an inspiration for Dan as well. Like some very obscure inspirations that you wouldn't think for a Predator film.
How did you find working together in scenes where there was a lot of physicality? Like, for example, when Thea is legless or when the Predator's carrying her. What was that process for both of you guys to film those scenes?
Yeah, it was challenging. It was
Yeah.
it was a lot. Not only in terms of we had a great stunt team, that was able to come up with these like new rigs that hadn't really been tested before, and we felt very safe and comfortable. There was a few where we were both in harnesses, strapped, back to back. We couldn't really get out unless somebody came and unhooked us. There were some moments where we'd just be chilling for a few minutes while they moving around cameras, and
Yeah.
we're just like, oh, so what are you up to?
Exactly, we're like this.
Yeah, it's but it was really, I guess, a cool challenge to attack. I guess because it's something that's so new, and I've never had to do anything even close to this in any job that I've done. So I think the way that it was written and the way that we were able to, I guess, execute the scenes, it feels real, especially having practically done it. That's another element that I'm really proud of, that, we're able to come out and say, like, we actually, we did these scenes on location. We're going through rivers together, we were going up mountains and, around New Zealand, back to back. But yeah, I think it was really awesome to have someone like Elle, being there, because she's very supportive, and we're trying to both chicken on each other and make sure that everyone was comfortable and things were going how they should have been. But it's a experience I will have in my brain for a long time.
We talked a little bit about the comedy. Elle, your character brings a lot of humor to this film, and surprisingly, Demetrius, you cracked a joke in there too as the Predator, which I really liked as well that they did that.
Yes.
I think it's the first ever.
Yeah, I
The
like
first
that.
ever. Yeah. Delivered in Yaocha.
Yeah.
Beautifully.
Yeah, exactly.
In another
exactly.
language. He's funny in all languages.
That's what I love about that character, and I'm curious, why do you think it's important to have those lighter moments in a movie like this with so much action?
Gosh, well, I think this film it's such a new take. I think it will give the OG Predator fans, I think they will love, yes, there's the action, there's the gore, there's the badass fight scenes, but it has this heart and this humanity where it's a robot and a creature, and somehow it's an extremely human story about connection and redemption and resilience, and that's just what drew me in. I love that it has something for everyone. This film, I think, has something kind of universal for everyone, which is kind of the first in the franchise where maybe a younger generation of fans can go see this one and fall in love with the Predator. And I'm excited about that. You don't have to have necessarily watched all the others to watch this film and love it. It's definitely standalone, and it's kind of very genre bending. It has a bit of everything somehow.
Dan, nice to meet you. How's it going?
Likewise, love the background there, dude. Feels like you're in a theater.
Hey, not as good as your background, man. Congratulations with this movie. Honestly, it's such an incredible ride. And it's interesting, you said you wanted the Predator to feel like a real character this time, not just a monster in the background. So I'm curious, what were some of the key things you focused on to bring that out in this story?
Well, one, narratively, we focused on putting him in a position that we can all relate to, being seen as less than in regards to his clan and sort of being disowned and cast out, and then needing to prove himself to the clan, but also inward is something that is kind of a universal touch point. Anyone can access a relatability and those emotions, but also he's not like the everyman, and he's very different than Nadu and Predator, and like unlike any other underdogs, he's the kind of character that we are pulling to be better. When we see Mad Max or the Man with No Name roll into a dusty town, and we enjoy their personality for being roguish and taciturn, but yet we're secretly hoping that he helps the good guys, and helps the town that needs a lone gunman to bring justice. And there's something that's pleasurable about seeing someone so fierce like Dek is, and the Yautja are, and hoping and rooting for them to overcome the odds that are in their way.
You developed such a unique Predator language and culture for this film. It's something I really appreciate that you did. And you've talked about wanting to make it feel really authentic. Did that come with any challenges, though?
It came with the most amount of challenges. The language is incredibly hard to speak, and because it was modeled after the actual physiology of a predator. It's not just like cool sounding words. It's Britton Watkins, who developed it, was tried to make it linked to the way that the throat and mouths are shaped on the Yautja. So it's hard to pronounce. It has a very specific set of grammar rules, and we're making a movie in which none of the crew understand what's being said, but it's also kind of one of the most profound, kind of moving things that happen in making the movie is that we all, and even editorially too, in cutting the movie, we're able to access the feeling behind the words without knowing the actual defined meanings of every words. As I was directing, like I would hear the musicality of what Dimitrius was performing, and we were able to hone in on his performance together, just based on the feel of the language rather than the literal meaning of every word.
You actually got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger, who obviously starred in the original Predator. And he shared that while most people expect fans to yell, "I'll be back" at him, the line he actually hears most often is, "Get to the chopper." So, were you surprised to learn that first off? And are you hoping to collaborate with him on any upcoming Predator films?
I, on the one hand, was incredibly surprised just because "I'll be back" seems like the most, in my mind, linked to him. But "Get to the Choppa" is, maybe it's more fun to say, and that's why. But I had a great time with him, and I think I would love to collaborate with him.